So in such situations, the government should increase the spending, transfer payments to boost fiscal policy, and they impact the aggregate spending and the income. But one thing you should know clearly, that if we increase the taxes by 1 trillion and increase the spending by 1 trillion, this is like a balanced budget multiplier, which means that your growth will increase and you will have some savings. So tax cuts and increase in transfer payment increases disposable income and raise expenditures of the individuals. Tax, if you understand what I mean. Whereas if you increase the taxes and decrease the transfer payments, then this will have some negative implication for the expenditures. So this is a question which I was solving in the class, that you should know how to increase, how the income will affect if you impose different taxes. So instead of like doing this one, we have solved this one in the class. So I am just moving ahead. And when you draw that, what will happen if you cut the taxes graphically, you will see that mathematically when you solve the assignment questions. So when you, in this case, if you see that this blue line, this one, I don't know this color, the purple line, this one is the original line. The red one is the when the expenditure is equal to the income. But we know that when you change the tax rate, the slope of the line will change. There will be no impact on the intercept. But if you increase the government spending, it will have a direct impact through the intercept and it will not change the slope. So in that case, if you feel like there is a Zoom session timeout, because I haven't upgraded my subscription since last 2 years. So it's a restricted version of like 30 minutes. So then I will LMS, I will put the same link on the LMS. You can rejoin with the same link. So the one important question here, the conclusion here is that when you change the tax rate, it will change the slope of aggregate demand. But if you change the government expenditure, it will change the intercept. So that's the different thing. So let's move on further. Balanced budget multiplier, which I was talking about in the last slide, is the short-run effect on equilibrium income of an equal change in government spending and the taxes. So it means that, and this is an important question for the final exam as well. It will be a question about balanced budget multiplier, but it will be asked in a way that you have to understand that this question. For instance, I will give you an example. There will be no riddles in the class, so I will give you a specific example. If an economy is in the recession, if an economy is in the recession and government want to revive the economy, but government have a commitment to the IMF that it will not increase the fiscal deficit. So it means now you have to understand that what should you recommend the government should do, and obviously you will be referring to that the government should stick to the balanced budget multiplier, blah 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 blah. Is it okay so far?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Uh, So there are some messages. I will review those. Okay, these are just the notes. Okay. So after the balanced budget, we will just move on to the concept of the effect of the baby bonus on expenditure. A baby bonus means I think we have discussed in the class. It's like when the child born, the government gave the benefits. Common in the developed countries and rarely found in the developing world. Because you know that we have developed countries had made institutions like IMF, and those institutions recommend something in the developed countries and do the opposite for us. Like we don't have the pension in Pakistan, we don't have the child benefits, whereas in the developed countries, these are the main benefits of the public. So if the government increases the benefits are the transfer payments, which is directly increase the government spending, is a part of G. So it implies that there will be a direct increase in the intercept, or that is reflected by the upward shift in the on the this curve. So three qualifiers to using
ये
fiscal.
रिपीट कर देंगे बेबी बेबी बेनिफिट वाला वो समझ नहीं आया
The bonus payment, this is like a baby bonus payment by the individuals. It increases aggregate expenditure by 4.25 millions coming from the consumption. It decreases the aggregate expenditure by 5 million coming from reduced government expenditures. So the net effect is a fall in aggregate spending. This is actually a payment by the public in a sort of taxes, and then the government reduces the expenditure, so it's moving the curve downward. ये जो मैं बता रहा था उसका अपोजिट हुआ है. Fiscal policy is a economic policies quite recently are not used for development, because you know the development has now it's used for stabilizing the economy. So world, this is very complex phenomena, how you precisely see that it is impacting the fiscal policies, impacting the output. You know that economy has a supply side, how it will impact through the supply. If you recall your memory, we have when Keynesian identity solve कर रहे थे तो हमें twin deficit minus m बराबर था g minus t और I minus s के. So that's an important question as well. You have to know the three gaps as कि उनको कैसे लिंक करते हैं. Output gap is something different than the three deficits. And fiscal policy is bit inflexible because it's a you spend something, you cannot say कि इस साल में कोई spending नहीं कर रहा. When people are used to getting some fundings, you cannot stop in one day. So the supply side impact is that, which is like कि जब फिस्कल पॉलिसी अगर तो स्पेंडिंग करेगी या टैक्सेस लगाएगी, वो इकोनॉमी के पोटेंशियल को हिट करेगा. सो इफ समथिंग इज affecting the potential of the economy, it's called the supply side impacts. Specifically, जब आप गवर्नमेंट टैक्स कम करेगी तो लोगों की पर आवर टेक होम सैलरी इंक्रीज कर जाएगी. बड़े सिंपल वर्ड में समझा रहा हूं कि अगर गवर्नमेंट टैक्स कम कर देगी तो टेक होम सैलरी बढ़ जाएगी, और जब किसी की प्राइस बढ़ती है तो उसकी क्वांटिटी सप्लाइड भी बढ़ती है अकॉर्डिंग टू द सप्लाई कर्व। इन केस ऑफ द लेबर और पीपल, जब उनकी वेजेस बढ़ेंगी देन दे विल सप्लाई मोर लेबर, एंड व्हेन दे वर्क मोर देन व्हाट दे वर वर्किंग बिफोर, देन द इकोनॉमी का पोटेंशियल बढ़ेगा। फॉर इंस्टेंस, अगर गवर्नमेंट कैपिटल पे सर्च करती है, जैसे कि पाकिस्तान में आप देखेंगे तो एग्जांपल्स आर लाइक के हमने डिफरेंट एयरपोर्ट्स बनाए, स्कूल तो नहीं बनते इस मुल्क में, मैंने कोई देखे, रोड्स बहुत बनते हैं इस मुल्क में। सो इनकी वजह से आपकी मोस्टली इन पाकिस्तान सर्विसेज